She's an extraordinary judge.
She's fair. She's a hard worker.
She has the capacity to produce.
She's a great person. She's a great friend.
She's well prepared.
She's a dependable person.
She's very patient.
She has compassion for people.
She's got a very sharp intellect.
If you ever want somebody that's going to be at your back and be supportive of you, it would be Judge Shelia.
I've got the educational background and the experience to give solid, legally sound decisions on that court. It all started in Detroit, Michigan. I was born, and not too long after birth, my mother moved down to her home state of Mississippi because my father went to Chicago for medical school. So I accompanied her down there, and most of my early years were spent up until school down with my grandparents in Mississippi. My grandfather was the principal of a colored high school, and there was a lot of segregation at the time. And I grew up to learn that there were a lot of injustices, and I think that's what formed my desire to become a lawyer in later life.
I remember saying to her one day, not too many years ago, I said, you know, my father would be proud to know that you are a lawyer and now you are a judge.
Mother was also an educator along with her mother and her father. I think that's where I got a lot of my drive and determination is from her.
When she was in school, she was able to advance herself in many subjects.
After my father finished school, we moved back to Detroit. I ended up doing my junior high and high school and at Kingswood School, Cranbrook. I became very proficient with my studies because of my experiences there, and was able to then be accepted at Dartmouth College. I decided to come back to the state of Michigan for law school. University of Michigan was one of the top 3 law schools in the country, and it was a wonderful educational experience. I was able to meet some very good friends along the way.
Our relationship as friends goes back over 30 years ago when we were in law school at the University of Michigan. We ended up sitting next to each other, and we were both from Detroit, and we began to share experiences and just became very, very close through that encounter. I got pregnant in law school. My husband and I decided to have a child. That she carried my books, she took my notes, she came to the hospital. I was able to read 2 months worth of notes without ever attending a day of class and take 17 credits and graduate, largely because of her.
I wanted to do something a little bit different. I obtained a federal clerkship, and so I began my quest into the scholarly side of the law. That foundation really took me a long way into understanding what it takes to be a good judge. After the clerkship, I came back and worked at a major law firm in the city of Detroit.
She was a type of young lady who was always looking for more, climbing the ladder, trying to reach wherever she wanted to go.
I like the aspect of working for the people, defending people's rights, their liberties. That began my solo practice. And I practiced in just about every area of the law, which really helped me when I assumed the bench. I've been on the district court bench for about 10 years now. I was elected in 2002, the first African-American judge to serve in the district, and I was really proud of that.
I've argued numerous cases in front of Judge Johnson the past 5 years. She's prepared, she knows what the cases are about, she is punctual, and she treats everybody fairly. Even when she rules against you, you know that your client got a fair deal. Even when you lose a case in front of Judge Johnson, you know that you lost it on the law. She's well-read, well-studied. I mean, she knows her cases up and down.
She's able to give to the community, always there on time, always willing to help, and goes beyond expectation.
I started the Court and Schools program as a deterrent for criminal activity for youth and to give them an opportunity to choose great career paths. We take our whole court docket into a high school, it can be a middle school, and we've even had requests from elementary schools. And we set up shop there, so to speak, in the auditorium. And it is actual court sessions. These young people need to see what's expected when you get involved in the system and the problems that come with it.
So she's got that varied experience. She is going to be an extraordinary Supreme Court justice. I think she'll be one of the most well-qualified justices, jurists ever to sit on the bench.
I think our Supreme Court will need people who can bring together, build a consensus. She's extremely good at that.
I'm cognizant of women's issues. I'm cognizant of family issues. I know that I'll be able to be very effective as a justice of the Supreme Court.